Hello students, in this video we will study about quadratic equations. Now quadratic equation in the variable x is an equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Now in other words, we can say that if we equate a quadratic polynomial with 0, then it gives us the quadratic equation. Now as you know, quadratic polynomial is the polynomial whose degree is 2, or you can say the highest power of the variable is 2. Now here, for example, now 3x square plus 2x plus 3 is a quadratic polynomial, and if we equate it with 0, it will give us the quadratic equation. Similarly, 5x square plus 3 is also a quadratic polynomial as its degree is 2, and on equating it with 0, it will give us the quadratic equation. And 5x square plus 2x is equal to 0 is also a quadratic equation. Now come to exercise 4.1. Now in question number first, we have to check whether the following are quadratic equations or not. For that, we will solve these equations and we'll check whether these are in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 or not. As ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is the standard form of quadratic equation. Now in exercise 4.1, in question number first, I am solving the 7th and 8th part of it. Now in 7th part, it has given to us that x plus 2 whole cube is equal to 2x into x square minus 1. Now here we will apply the formula of a plus b whole cube. Now a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. In place of a there is x and in place of b there is y. Now this will give us x cube plus 3x square into 2 plus 3x into 2 square plus 2 cube, that will be b cube, and that will be equal to 2x into x square will give us 2x cube, and 2x into minus x will be equal to 2x minus 2x. Now on solving this, we are getting x cube plus 6x square plus 12x plus 8 equal to 2x cube minus 2x. Now we will take all the terms to the left hand side. Now x cube minus 2x cube. Now we are writing the like terms together. Now here left hand side there is x cube. Now with x cube we will write down this 2x cube and it will come to the left hand side to give us minus 2x cube. Now plus 6x square. Now there is no other term with x square here, it will remain alone. Now plus 12x, this 2x is also the form of x, so it will come to the left hand side to give us plus 2x. Now plus 8 will be equal to 0. Now on solving this, we are getting an equation of the form minus x cube plus 6x square plus 14x plus 8 equal to 0, and it is not in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, as its highest power of x here is, your variable is 3. So we can say that it is not a quadratic equation. Yeah, it doesn't represent the quadratic equation. Now in 8th part of it, here it is given to us that x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 whole cube. Now we have to check whether it will form a quadratic equation or not. So here in right hand side we will apply the formula of a minus b whole cube, and as you know, a minus b whole cube is equal to a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. Now we will apply the formula a minus b whole cube here, and then we will take all the terms to the left hand side, and on writing the like terms together we are getting 2x square minus 13x plus 9 equal to 0. Now it is in the form of ax square minus bx plus c, where a is 2, b is minus 13 and c is 9. So we can say that it is a quadratic equation. Now in question number 2, represent the following situations in the form of quadratic equations. Now we have to represent these situations in the form of quadratic equation. Now keep in mind, we have to only represent these in the form of quadratic equation. We doesn't have to solve them. Now I am doing third part of it. Now here Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. The product of their ages in years 3 years from now will be 360. We would like to find the Rohan present age. Now in order to find the Rohan's present age, we will take the present age of Rohan as x. Now suppose the present age of Rohan is x, then present age of Rohan's mother will be x plus 26, as Rohan's mother was 26 years older than Rohan. Now he is saying that product of their ages 3 years from now is equal to 360, or you can say the product of their ages after 3 years is 360. Now present age of Rohan is x, so after 3 years his age will be x plus 3, and present age of Rohan mother is x plus 26, so after 3 years now we will add 3 to it, and that will give us x plus 26 plus 3. And he is saying that the product of their ages, that means multiple of these two, is equal to 360. Now this 26 plus 3 will be equal to 29, and after multiplying these two we are getting an equation as x square plus 29x plus 3x plus 87 equal to 360. Now we will take this 360 to the left hand side, and that will be minus 360, and we will get a quadratic equation as x square plus 32x minus 273 equal to 0. Now we will learn about different methods to solve the quadratic equation. Now our first method is factorization. Now factorization, now earlier we have obtained, in previous videos we have obtained the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Now here you should keep in mind that the zeros of quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c and the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are the same, and the roots will be the solution of the quadratic equation. Now come to exercise 4.2. In exercise 4.2 we have to find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. Now I am doing the fourth and fifth part of question number first. Now in fourth part, 2x square minus x plus 1 upon 8 is equal to 0. Now we have to find its roots. Now first of all we will convert it into standard form. Now here the last term is 1 by 8, so we will multiply the whole equation by 8. 8 into 2 will be 16 minus 8x, and plus 8 into 1 upon 8 will give us 1, that equal to 0. Now in order to find its root, now we have to see two things, one is product and another one is sum. Now product is the multiple of the coefficient of x square and the constant term, that will be 16 into 1 will be 16, and sum is the coefficient of x, and that was minus 8. Now we will write this 16x square and 1 as it is in the previous step. Now in place of 8x we will write the factors of 16 such that their sum or difference is equal to 8. Now as we see that 16 is a multiple of 1 and 16. 1 into 16 will be 16, but 16 plus 1 is 17 and 16 minus 1 is 15, that is not equal to 8. Now we can find the other multiples. 2 into 8 is also 16, and 8 plus 2 is 10, and 8 minus 2 is 6, and that is not equal to 8 again. Now another one is 4 into 4. Now 4 into 4 is 16, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So in place of 8 we will write here 4 plus 4, the multiples of 16, that 4 into 4 will be 16, and their sum 4 plus 4 will be equal to 8. Now this will give us 16x square minus 4 into x will be 4x. Now minus plus will be minus, 4 into x will be again 4x plus 1 equal to 0. Now we will take the HCF of 16x square minus 4x as common, and then my HCF of minus 4x and 1 as common from these two. Now first of all we will take common from 16x square minus 4x, as HCF of 16 and 4 is 4, and x square, and in x the common will be x. Yeah, you can say HCF of x square and x will be x. Now we will take 4x as common. 4x, now on dividing 16x square by 4x, we will get 4 into 4 will be 16, and x into x will be x square minus 1, as we have taken 4x common. Now in second case, here HCF of 4x and 1 will be 1, and that will give us 4x, as we have taken minus 1 as common, so minus 1. So the signs of minus 4x and plus 1 will change. Now minus 1 into 4x will be minus 4x again, and this will be equal to minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 will be plus 1, and that equal to 0. Now here if you see these two factors, now the 4x minus 1 is common factor in these two, so we will take 4x minus 1 as common, and another factor will be 4x minus 1. The remaining will be 4x minus 1, and that will be equal to 0. Now we will take this 4x minus 1 as 0, and this is giving us x equal to, you can say 4x equal to 1, and this will be give us x equal to 1 by 4. Similarly, by the another factor also, 4x minus 1 will be equal to 0, and that will again give us x equal to 1 upon 4. So we can say that roots of quadratic equation are are 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 4. Now in third part of question number first, now quadratic equation is given to us, that is root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2. Now product will be multiple of x square and multiple and constant term. Now multiple of x square, that is root 2 into, and constant term is 5 root 2. Now this will give us root 2 into root 2 will be equal to 2, and 2 into 5 will give us 10. So we can say that product is 10, and sum is coefficient of x, that was 7. Now we have to find two factors of 10 that give us 7. As you know, 2 into 5 or 5 into 2 will give us 7, and 5 plus will give us 10, and 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So here now first term will be written as it is. Now in place of 7 we will write these factors, and these are 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5, that would give us 7, plus 5 root 2. Now third term will remain the same. Now this will give us root 2x square plus 2 into x will be 2x, plus 5 into x will be 5x, plus 5 root 2, that equal to 0. Now if we see in first two, now root 2 into root 2 will be equal to 2. That means root 2 is common in first and second term, and x square and x, now the HCF of x square and x will be x, so we will take root 2x as common, and that will give us x. Now root 2 x square divided root 2x will give us x. Now plus 2 divided by root 2 will be root 2, and x we have taken as common. Now in last two terms, here 5 is common, plus 5 we will take plus 5 as common, and this will give us x plus root 2, and that equal to 0. Now we can say that here x plus root 2 is common factor in these two parts, and remaining is root 2x plus 5, and that equal to 0. Now from this, now if the multiple of two numbers is equal to 0, then either of these numbers will be equal to 0. That means we can say that either x plus root 2 is equal to 0 or root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now if x plus root 2, now this first one, is equal to 0, then we will get x equal to minus root 2. And if the second part, that was root 2x, second factor, root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, then we can say that root 2x will be equal to minus 5, and from this we will get x equal to minus 5 upon root 2. So we can say that roots of the given quadratic equations are minus root 2. The roots will be the values of x which we are getting, to minus root 2 and minus 5 by root 2. This is our answer. Now come to question number 3. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. As we know, the sum of two numbers is 27. If you take first number as x, then the second number will be 27 minus x. Now product is given to as 182, that means x into 27 minus x will be equal to 182. Now on solving this, now we are getting minus x square plus 27x minus 182 is equal to 0. Now always keep in mind that we will not take the coefficient of x square negative. That means we will always take the coefficient of x square as positive. So we will multiply this whole equation, all the terms, by minus 1, and that will make x square as positive. Now on multiplying by minus 1, we will get x square minus 27x. Now this minus will become positive, that will be 182 equal to 0. Now this is our quadratic equation whose sum is 182 and product is 27. And as we know that 13 into 14 will give us 182 and 13 plus 14 will be equal to 27. So we will take the factors of 182 as 13 and 14. Now after solving, we are getting two factors of the quadratic equation as x minus 13 and x minus 14. Now if we take x minus 13 as 0, then we are getting x as 13, that was our first number, and second number was 27 minus x, and that will give us 14. X was 13. Now in second case, if we take x minus 14 as 0, we are getting x as 14. So first number will be 14 and second number will be 27 minus 14, that will be 13. Thus in these both the cases we are getting the same numbers, 13 and 14, and here also 13 and 14. So we can say that the required numbers are 13 and 14. Now come to question number 4. Now here find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose square is 365. Now in case of consecutive positive integers, we will take them as x and x plus 1. As you know, consecutive positive integer means the integers one after another. So that means if first integer is 2, next will be 3. If first is 3, then next will be 4. That means, and if we are taking first as 2, then second will be 2 plus 1, that will be 3. If we are taking first as 3, then second will be 3 plus 1, that will be 4. So we will take the consecutive integers as x and x plus 1. Now first integer is x, then second will be x plus 1. Now here in the question he is saying that sum of whose square is 365. Now sum of squares is equal to 365. That means this square of first number plus square of second number will give us answer as 365. Now here we will apply the formula of a plus b whole square, and that will a square plus 2 into x into 1, that will give us 2x plus 1, and that was equal to 365. Now x square plus x square will be 2x square. Now we will take 365 to the left hand side, and this will be 1 minus 365, that is giving us minus 364. As we see here that all the terms are divisible by 2, so we can reduce the given quadratic equation by dividing all the terms by 2, both the sides by 2, and on dividing by 2, this 2x square divided by 2 will be equal to x square, 2x divided by 2 will be x, and 364 divided by 2 will be 182. Now here the product is 182 into 1, that will be 182, and sum is the coefficient of x, that was 1. Now as we know that 14 into 13 is equal to 182, and 14 minus 13 is equal to 1, that is equal to this sum. So we will take the factors of 182 as 14 and 13. So this will give us x square plus, and in place of x we can write 14 minus 13. 14 and 13 will be equal to 182, equal to the product, that is the product of the coefficient of x square and constant term, and 14 minus 13 will give us 1, and that was our coefficient of x. Minus 182 equal to 0. On solving the quadratic equation, we are getting its two factors as x plus 14 and x minus 13. Now if the product of two numbers is 0 if either of the two numbers is 0, that means either x plus 14 will be equal to 0 or x minus 13 will be equal to 0. If we take x plus 14 as 0, that is giving us x equal to minus 14. Now x is equal to minus 14 is not possible, because here in the question he was saying that he is talking about two positive integers, and minus 14 is not a positive integer, it is a negative integer. So minus 14 is not applicable according to the question. So in our next factor was x plus 13. Now if we take x plus 13 as x minus 13 as 0, that will give us value of x as 13, and that is positive integer. That means the required numbers are, now first number we have taken as x, and another one was x plus 1, that means 13 and 13 plus 1, or you can say these are 13 and 14. In question number 5, the altitude of a right triangle is 7 cm less than its base. If hypotenuse is 13 cm, find the other two sides. Now we will take the base of triangle as x. Now altitude is 7 less than base, that means altitude will be x minus 7, and hypotenuse is given to as 13 cm. So by Pythagoras theorem we can say that base square plus altitude square will be equal to hypotenuse square, and that is giving us a quadratic equation as x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. Now on solving it we will get two values of x, one is positive and another one is negative. Now we can directly eliminate the negative value, as side of a triangle cannot be negative. So you can solve it as we have solved the previous questions. Now in question number 6, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on day was rupees 90, find the number of articles and the cost of each article. Now here we will take the number of articles produced to be x. Now cost of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles. That means 3 more than twice the number of articles. That means 2x plus 3. And the product of those two will give us the total cost, and that was rupees 90. Now we have taken number of articles as x, and cost of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles. Twice the number of articles means 2x, and 3 more than it will give us 2x plus 3. Now cost of production is rupees 90. That means number of articles into cost of production of each article will be equal to rupees 90. And after that we can find the value of x and 2x plus 3 to get the values of to get the number of article produced and cost of each article. In exercise 4.3, in question number first, it is given to us that we have to find the roots of the following quadratic equation if they exist by method of completing the squares. Now I am doing third part of it. Quadratic equation is given to us, that is 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 equal to 0. Now we have to solve it by completing the squares. Now our first step in this method is that we will divide this whole equation, both sides of the equation, by the coefficient of x square. Here coefficient of x square is 4. So on dividing the whole equation by 4, we will get x square plus 4 root 3x upon 4 will give us root 3x, and plus 3 by 4 equal to 0 by 4, that will be equal to 0. Now after this we have to convert this equation in the form of a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. Now a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now here this first term is x square, that means a square is already with us. Now plus, now next term should be 2ab. Here it is positive, so we will take a plus b whole square. Now next term should be positive, and that should be equal to 2ab. Now this is 2. Here we will take the positive and negative sign from this coefficient of x. Now this will be 2a. A was x. Now b. Now this coefficient of x should not change here. So in order to get the value of b, we will divide this root 3x by 2x, and root 3x divided by 2x will give us under root 3 by 2, and b will be root 3 by 2. Then our next term after 2ab is plus b square. Plus b square means plus root 3 by 2 square. Now there was 3 by 4 was already in the question, a constant term of the question. So we will write 3 by 4 as it is. Now as we see here, now these two terms are same. Root 3x is equal to 2x into root 3 by 2. As we have obtained this root 3 by 2 by dividing root 3x by 2x, or we can multiply it, and this will be equal to root 3x. Now 3 by 4 we have written as it was in the question. Now there is one extra term which we have written here, that was root 3 by 2 square, as we need b square to convert it in the form of a plus b square. But the question should not change. Therefore we will eliminate this root 3 by 2 square from the equation, so that the value of the quadratic equation does not change, and that was equal to 0. Now as you see here, from x square to under root 3 by 2 square, that was x square plus 2x into root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 square. This is the formula for x plus under root 3 by 2 whole square. Now remaining two terms are 3 by 4 minus, now square of root 3 will be 3 upon 2 square of 2 will be 4, and these two will cancel out. So we are getting x plus root 3 by 2 whole square is equal to 0. Now if we get the solution of the quadratic equation as x plus a whole square equal to 0, then we can say that the given quadratic equation has real and equal roots. So the given quadratic equation has two real and equal roots. So that means we will take x plus root 3 by 2 is equal to 0, and that is giving the value of x as minus root 3 by 2. So the roots are minus root 3 by 2 and minus root 3 by 2. As the roots were equal, so we will take this root twice. In fourth part of question first, the quadratic equation given to us was 2x square plus x plus 4 equal to 0. Now here coefficient of x square is 2. So on dividing the whole equation by 2, we will get x square plus x by 2 plus 4 by 2, that will be 2, and equal to 0 by 2, that will be 0. Now on converting it into the perfect square, now here x square will come as it is. Now plus 2a, a was x here, and b, we will get b by dividing x by 2 by 2x. Now x by 2 divided by 2x will give us x by 2 into 1 by 2x, and here it will be equal to 1 by 4. In place of b, we will write down 1 by 4. Then it is in the form of x square plus, you can say a square plus 2ab. Now plus, now third term should be equal to b square, and b was 1 by 4, so we will write down 1 by 4 square. 2 was already in the question. Now here this b square, or you can say 1 by 4 square, is the extra term which we have added to the previous step, so we will subtract it. Now x square plus 2x into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 square will be equal to x plus 1 by 4 square. Now plus 2 minus 1 by 16 was already there. 4 square of 4 will be 16. Now on solving these two, we are getting it as 2 minus 1 by 16 as 31 by 16, and on taking it to the right hand side, that will be minus 31 by 16, and this is less than 0. Now if we get the solution of quadratic equation as x plus a square is less than 0, then we can say the given quadratic equation does not have real roots. So the roots are not real, and if roots are not real, we doesn't need to solve it. Now in question number 3, we have to find the roots of the following equation. Now I am doing the second part of it. Now in second part of question number 3, the equation given to us was 1 upon x plus 4 minus 1 upon x minus 7 equal to 11 by 30. Now after taking LCM, we are getting it as minus 11 upon x square minus 3x minus 28 equal to 11 by 30. Now we can divide the numerator by of both the sides by 11, and 11 into minus 1 will give us minus 11, and 11 into 1 will give us 11. On cross multiplying, now x square minus 3x minus 28 into 1 will be equal to x square plus 3x minus 28, and that equal to 30 into minus 1 will give us minus 30. Now on taking 30 to the left hand side, we are getting it as x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Now first of all, we can solve it by factorization method also, but here I am solving it by completing the square. Now here it is x square. Now a square is given to us, or square of the first term is given to us. Now second term will be here, it is negative sign. To sign we will take from the coefficient of x, that is minus. So minus. Now next will be 2ab. So that will 2, a was x, and b will be obtained by dividing 3x by 2x, and that will give us 3 by 2. Now this is in the form of a square minus 2ab. So next term should be b square. So plus b square, and b was 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 square. Now 2 was already in the question. Now this b square we have written it ourselves. So we will subtract it also. Now from x square to 3 by 2 square, this is formula for x minus, because it is negative sign here, so this will be x minus 3 by 2 whole square. Now plus 2 minus 3 by 2 whole square will be 9 by 4. Now on taking 2 and 9 by 4 to right hand side, this will be 9 by 4 minus 2, and this will give us 1 by 4. Now as this 1 by 4 is positive, so we can say, now if the quadratic equation is in the form of x plus or minus a whole square is greater than 0, then we can say that the given quadratic equation has two real and distinct roots. And here the right hand side is greater than 0, so we can say that it has real and distinct roots. That means x minus 3 by 2 whole square was equal to 1 by 4, and that will give us x minus 3 by 2 equal to plus minus root 1 by 4. As we know that minus x square is equal to plus x square, and both values will be same. So we have to take both the positive and negative values of the right hand side. Now that will give us plus minus 1 by 2. Now root of 4 is 2. Now on taking 3 by 2 to the right hand side, this will be plus minus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. Now first we will take the positive sign of 1 by 2. Now x will be equal to plus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, and that is giving us the value of x as 2. Now on taking the negative sign, that will be minus 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, and that is giving the value of x as 1. So the roots are 1 and 2. Now the third method to solve the to find the roots of the quadratic equation is quadratic formula. Now roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are given by x equal to minus b, that is coefficient of x here, plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, where a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term, and this is called the quadratic formula. Now here three cases arises. In this, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then the quadratic equation has two real and distinct roots. Now if this b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the quadratic equation has two real and equal roots. And in case that b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then the quadratic equation has no real roots. As we see here, this b square minus 4ac determines whether the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 has real roots or not. Therefore, this b square minus 4ac is called discriminant of the quadratic equation. We will solve the other questions of 4.3 by quadratic formula. I am doing question number 7th. The difference of a square of two numbers is 180. The square of larger number is 8 times the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Now here I have taken the larger number as x and smaller number as y. Now here he was saying that the square of a smaller number is 8 times the larger number, and the smaller number was y, and square of y is 8 times the larger number, that is equal to 8x. Now this is our equation first. Now difference of the squares of numbers is 180. That means square of larger number minus square of smaller number will be equal to 180. Now here we will put the value of y square from equation first. This will be from equation first. We will put the value of y square, and y square was equal to 8x. Now this will give us the quadratic equation as x square minus 8x minus 180 is equal to 0. Now we are solving it by quadratic formula. So first of all, a will be the coefficient of x square. To here a will be equal to 1, b will be the coefficient of x, that was minus 8, and c will be the constant term, that was minus 180. Now in order to solve by quadratic formula, first of all we will find out its discriminant. Now discriminant is given by b square minus 4ac. So minus 8 square minus 4 into a was 1 and c was minus 180, and this is giving us 784. 784 is positive or greater than 0. That means the given situation, you can say the given quadratic equation has the two real and equal roots, and so we can say that the given situation is possible. Now therefore the value of x will be given by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now on putting the value of a, b and c, we are getting it as 8 plus minus 28. Now root of 784 is 28 by 2. Now first of all we will take negative sign. Now if we take negative sign of 28, then x will be 8 minus 28 upon 2, and that is giving us answer as minus 10. Now minus 10 is not applicable, as we see. If you don't write here, now from equation, on putting value of x in equation first of x in equation first. Now if we put the value of x in equation first, then here y square was equal to 8x. So we can say that y square is equal to 8 and value of x was minus 10, and that equal to minus 80. As the square of the number cannot be negative, so we can say that this result is not applicable. Now after taking negative sign, we are getting the result is not applicable, or this will not be the answer of the given situation. So we will take the positive sign now. Now this will give us x equal to 8 plus 28 upon 2, and this is giving the value of x as 18. Now on putting the value of x in equation first again, we are getting y square equal to 8 into 18 and y equal to under root 8 into 18. Now root of the number can be positive as well as negative, so that will give us plus minus 12. Now therefore the answers, you can say the numbers will be x was 8 and y is plus minus 12, and x was 18. Therefore the numbers will be 18 and 12 or 18 and minus 12. Now in question number 9, it is given that two taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tanks separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. Now here I am taking that the tap of smaller diameter takes x hour to fill the tank. So tap of larger diameter will take x minus 10 hours to fill the tank. Now time taken by two taps together is 9 3/8 hours, that is 75 by 8 hours. Now that means part of the tank filled by smaller tap in 1 hour plus part of the tank filled by larger tap in 1 hour will be equal to the part of tank filled by both taps together. That means this will be 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 will be equal to 1 by 75 by 8, and this will give us 1 upon x plus 1 upon x minus 10 equal to 8 by 75. Now we can convert this in the form of quadratic equation, and then we can find out the value of x by quadratic formula. In question number 11, sum of areas of two squares is 468 meters square. If the difference of their perimeter is 24 meter, find the sides of the two squares. Now here difference of perimeter is given to us as 24. So we will take this side of larger square as x and side of a smaller square as y. Now, difference in perimeter is 24. And perimeter, as you know, the perimeter of a square is 4 into side. That means perimeter of larger square minus perimeter of a smaller square will be equal to 24. So 4x minus 4y, that is perimeter of larger square is 4x, perimeter of smaller square is 4y, and that is equal to 24. Now on dividing the both sides of the equation by 4, we will get x minus y equal to 6. And from this we can find the value of y as x minus 6. Now sum of areas of two square is given to us as 468. Now area of larger square will be x square and area of smaller square will be y square. X square plus y square equal to 468. Now on putting the value of y from equation first, we will get this as x square plus, in place of y square we will write down x minus 6 square, that equal to 468. After this we can convert this into the quadratic equation and to find the value of x and y. In exercise 4.4 we have to find the nature of the roots of the following quadratic equation. If the real root exists, find them. Now here, first of all, we will find out the discriminant, and then by finding out the discriminant, we will see whether the given quadratic equation has real roots or not, or you can say whether the discriminant is greater or equal to 0 or less than 0. If the discriminant is greater or equal to 0, then we can say that the quadratic equation has real roots, and if it is less than 0, then it will have no real roots, and then later we can find out the roots of the equation by quadratic formula. Now in question number 2, we have to find the value of k for which the quadratic equation given to us have two equal roots. So I am doing second part of it. The equation given to us is kx into x minus 2 plus 6 equal to 0. Now kx into x will be kx square, kx into minus 2 will be minus 2kx, and plus 6 equal to 0. Now if you see here, a, that is coefficient of x square, is k here, b, that is coefficient of x, that is minus 2k here, and c, the constant term is 6. Now here he is saying that the given quadratic equation have two equal roots. That means the value of discriminant will be equal to 0. Or you can say b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0. Now b, here b was minus 2k, b square minus 4 into a, value of a was k, into c, 6 equal to 0. And that will be 4k square minus 24k equal to 0. Now here we can take, or we can divide the whole equation by 4, and this will give us k square minus k equal to 0. On taking k as common, this is k will give us k minus 6 equal to 0, and that means either k is 0 or k minus 6 equal to 0. Now k cannot be equal to 0, because if k is 0, then this will be 0x square, and we know that the value in a quadratic equation, the value of a, or you can say the value of coefficient of x square cannot be 0. So we can say that k is not possible, k equal to 0 is not possible. So we will take k minus 6 as 0, and this will give us the value of k as 6. So that was your chapter number 4. Thank you.